Hi, we're going to try a different way to share our next chapter book, at least for today anyway. It's called The One and Only Ivan. The One and Only Ivan is one of my all time favorite chapter books, and I hope that you will enjoy it as much as I have. It is actually going to be a movie coming out in August. So, this is my big copy of The One and Only Ivan, and it is a fantasy. The genre is fantasy. However, the author, Catherine Applegate, started with this idea based on nonfiction, true event that she read about, where a gorilla lived and was on exhibit in a shopping mall. And so she was inspired by that story. She researched that story and then she turned it into a fantasy with talking animals. It is a wonderful story about friendship. And so I will get started. I'm going to read today from this very large book, or there's this one here. You can see it won an award, a Newbery Medal award for outstanding chapter book. I'm going to get started where it says, "It is never too late to be what you might have been," by George Eliot. They have a glossary that starts off. Here are some words that might be used throughout, so we can go through that. Okay. Hello, I am Ivan. I am a gorilla, and it's not as easy as it looks. Okay. This is a chapter book, but it does have some illustrations in it. People call me the freeway gorilla, the ape at exit 8, the one and only Ivan, mighty silverback. The names are mine, but they're not me. I am Ivan, just Ivan, only Ivan. Humans waste words. They toss them like banana peels and leave them to rot. Everyone knows the peels are the best part. I suppose you think gorillas can't understand you. Of course, you also probably think we can't walk upright. Try knuckle walking for an hour, you tell me, which is way more fun. I've learned to understand human words over the years, but understanding human speech is not the same as understanding humans. Humans speak too much. They chatter like chimps, crowding the world with their noise, even when they have nothing to say. It took me some time to recognize all those human sounds, to weave words into things. But I was patient. Patience. Patience is a useful way to be when you're an ape, being patient. Gorillas are as patient as stones. Humans, not so much. I used to be a wild gorilla, and I still look the part. I have a gorilla's shy gaze, a gorilla's sly smile. I wear a snowy saddle of fur, the uniform of a silverback. When the sun warms my back, I cast a gorilla's majestic shadow. In my size, humans see a test of themselves. They hear fighting words on the wind, when all I'm thinking is how the late day sun reminds me of a ripe nectarine. I'm mightier than any human, 400 pounds of pure power. My arms outstretched span taller than the tallest human. My family tree spreads wide as well. I am a great ape, and you are a great ape, and so are chimpanzees and orangutans and bonobos. All of us are distant and distrustful cousins. I know this is troubling. I too find it hard to believe that there is a connection across time and space, linking me to a race of ill mannered clowns. Chimps. There's no excuse for that. And this next chapter is called The Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. I live in a human habitat called the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. We are conveniently located off I-95 with shows at 2, 4, and 7, 365 days a year. Max says that when he answers the thrilling telephone. He repeats that. We're open 365 days a year. Mac works here at the mall. He is the boss. I work here too. I am the gorilla. At the Big Top Mall, a creaky music carousel spins all day, and monkeys and parrots live amid the merchants. In the middle of the mall is a ring with benches where humans can sit on their rumps while they eat soft pretzels. The floor is covered with sawdust made of dead trees. My domain is one at the end of the ring. I live here because I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Stella's domain is next to mine. Stella is an elephant. She and Bob, who is a dog, are my dearest friends. At present, I do not have any gorilla friends. My domain is made of thick glass and rusty metal and rough cement. Stella's domain is made of metal bars. The sun bear's domain is wood. The parrot's is wire mesh. 3 of my walls are glass. One of them is cracked, and a small piece about the size of my hand is missing from its bottom corner. I made the hole with a baseball bat Matt gave me for my 6th birthday. After that, he took the bat away, but he let me keep the baseball that came with it. A jungle scene is painted on one of my domain walls. It has a waterfall without water, and flowers without scent, and trees without roots. I didn't paint it, but I enjoy the way the shapes flow across the wall, even if it isn't much of a jungle. I am lucky my domain has 3 windowed walls. I can see the whole mall and bit of the world beyond. The frantic pinball machine, the pink billows of cotton candy, the vast and treeless parking lot. Beyond the lot is a freeway where cars stampede without end. A giant sign on its edge beckons them to stop and rest like gazelles at a watering hole. The sign is faded and the colors bleeding, but I know what it says. Mac read the words out loud one day. Come to the Exit 8, the Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan, the mighty Silverback. Sadly, I cannot read, although I wish I could. Reading stories would make a fine way to fill the empty hours. Once, however, I was able to enjoy a book left in my domain by one of the keepers. It tasted like termites. The freeway billboard has a drawing of Mac in his clown clothes and Stella on her hind legs and an angry animal with fierce eyes and unkempt hair. That animal is supposed to be me, but the artist made a mistake. I am never angry. Anger is precious. A silverback uses anger to maintain order and warn his troop of danger. When my father beat his chest, it was to say, beware, listen, I am in charge. I am angry to protect you because that is what I was born to do. Here in my domain, there is no one to protect. And we will stop there. So stay tuned tomorrow to find out what happens at the mall and maybe some more information about Ivan's friends, Stella the elephant, and Bob the dog.